Alright everybody, welcome back to SimCity. We're right back where we left off. I haven't really done much. Well, I think right now we're just going to try to focus on getting our basics out of the way. So we've got everybody basic utilities, which are right here. You know, power, water, and sewage, because why would you want those? I'm thinking we're going to move our sewage outflow pipe, especially if we can find somewhere that's not part of the water table. Like down through these areas where it's really dry. We could run a just a dirt road down through here and put it like right here in the middle, and that way we don't really have to worry about ground pollution at all. So it's got a grid open so you can build with. That's kind of helpful, I guess. No, bad. I would like the guides, but I'd like to, work a little better, honestly. No. I don't care about the interstate. So we need to line up with that guide right there, just like that. Then we know we can put another road, just like that one along with this guide. Just like that. And then do it again down here. These are kind of the roads. We'll intersect the, we'll make that the most awkward part of the interstate anybody has ever seen. And then we'll build our outflow pipe right, well, if I wasn't a broke son of a bitch we would, but I am broke, so, hey look, a boat. It's a cruise ship. It has absolutely nobody on it. Okay then. I guess they don't have crew. I love what it did here. That is actually, that is pretty accurate to Moore, Oklahoma. Like, for anybody who knows about Oklahoma, it's one of the newest states, and it's pretty much in the middle of the country. We're north of Texas, south of Kansas. And we live in what's called the metropolitan area. You have Oklahoma City, Moore, and Norman, and they're all three around each other. Like, if you're in Moore, you're in the city of Moore, but if you go to the north, east, or west, you end up in Oklahoma City. If you go south, you end up in Norman, and I think once you go south out of Norman, you end up in Oklahoma City again. It is a gigantic fucking mess. It is kind of fun, actually. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn that off, because then it doesn't cost us anything per hour to run it. And we're gonna find out how much it costs to actually build one of these damn things. It costs $3,000 fucking dollars. No, you're just kidding me. How much does it cost to run an hour? $100 an hour. Okay. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because we need to make that money. Not really any new developments at the moment. I guess I'll speed it up some more. Parks are a great way to increase your value and stuff, but they are as expensive as all hell normally. Can't really do anything to spend money right now because we're trying to make money at the moment. But we can look at our budget panel. Let's go ahead and pass a bond measure. If we do that, we have to pay $173 an hour. That's not horrible. Okay. Let's do that. 10% tax on everything. This person wants something. Mayor, to advance Oklahoma City into the future, we need high-wealth workers who will drive research into new technologies. The first step on a brand new futuristic road is attracting wealthy workers. What do you say, Mayor? Sure, we will work on that. We can't do it because the objective system's still fucked. Okay, well hopefully it decides to unfuck itself eventually. I'm gonna throw the sewage treatment plant right there. And then we are actually gonna bulldoze this one. And if it isn't already zoned, we're gonna make sure that that's industry. And now all of these people get happier because they no longer have to smell shit all day. Which, I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty happy about that. And then down here we just have this. That sounds really cool, actually. I shouldn't be encouraging that. We have a need for a lot more commercial first I'm going to shore up these roads, because it bothers me how they just all, you know, suddenly end. I don't know why it does, but it does. That's not exactly straight, but it's kind of close-ish. So that's a little grid set up there. What we can do now is we can move all of our industry right there, and then we can surround that with commercial. We're not going to zone the interstate just because I think that's just kind of dumb that they let you do that. Why would you zone the interstate? So all of those buildings are going to, you know, build, and then I want to bulldoze all this stuff right there. So now we can get rid of all of this zoning right here, and we can turn that back into residential area. And we're going to de-zone the interstate again, because I hate how it does that. So now there can be a whole bunch more people, and all of them will be happier because they don't have to deal with the industry. And we're sufficient, so I'm going to turn down the speed a little bit because my slow line cannot process that. Hey, Mayor. Omega Co. is always looking to expand, and Oklahoma City looks like the perfect city to sell Omega Co. Industry is barking at the door to get their hands on Omega Co. So let's build a factory and start pumping it out. Deliver enough factories, we can convert them into franchises and charge them franchise fees. No, not really. So then we have like these factories and stuff which are building. Now, when you're looking edible chemical, that's the best. I love it. So, industries have tech levels, and the more educated your people are, the higher your tech goes, the less pollution they have. The better the roads are, the higher the density. So if you have high density roads and they're really happy, they upgrade. If you have high education, then they upgrade also. And as you see, we are pulling in like $1,000 in tax now because we've zoned all of this industry, which has really high taxes. But the issue is they don't have enough workers. Now we have a residential demand, which is good, but not really. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to upgrade all of our roads into medium density streets. And what this does is now when they're happy, they'll upgrade and we'll get higher density for the same area usage. And you can see how there's little bars over all of this stuff. That just shows you traffic. So there's a huge congestion right there. So we'll upgrade that to a high density avenue. Just because there's a lot of congestion in these areas. And that should upgrade our whole... see, that's also really fast. We're going to upgrade that to medium density. And the higher density actually helps with traffic a lot. If you're already at the maximum density and you can't upgrade it any further, but you're still getting really congested, you just have to build more roads. So we could connect this across here, and then people get straight from residential to factory without having to cross an interstate. The issue is we can't draw through the power plant. Let's see here. We can go right there. No. We can spend about $90. And then can we go over? No, here we can't build anywhere. So the best thing I could do is maybe build right here on this grid line and just bring it straight across. So we'll ruin one of the residential areas. And we didn't bulldoze this little tail here because that's just awkward. So now there's a straight pipe from the residential area to the industrial area, and when people want to get there, the interstate won't get as horribly congested. And there's just City Hall over there by itself because nobody likes City Hall. And businesses there's not enough blue-collar workers. Yeah, I know. Workers don't really care that their work smells like shit because, they don't really get a say in that. You see, and that road is actually really widely used, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade it to medium density real quick. And we'll check and see how these people are doing. So, they're right below. Like, they might upgrade to a medium wealth place. But they're not really quite towards the next density yet. So rather than build another park, what we can do is we can just add to this one. And there's a whole bunch of things you can add. Like we could add a baseball field. That's way too big. Okay, so we can add like a skate park. And we'll go ahead and throw it behind there. So now it just adds on. There's a little bit more expense, but we don't have to build another park, which I think it's slightly cheaper to do it this way. So now we have whatever that's called, I don't really know. And since it's attached to a high density, a high technology thing, it also expands its reach out, which makes it a little stronger. So now property values should go up, and maybe these people actually turn into medium wealth places. See, they're getting happy and they're going up, so they might become medium wealth soon. The issue is I don't know if these houses have enough room to expand or not. Hopefully they do. If not, then fuck them. But so now we're making like $1,000 an hour, which is really good. Because now we can get stuff like waste disposal, which is an essential thing that, you know, people will want eventually. So we've got all of this industry and stuff. Now nobody wants to be downwind of these places, especially later because we're going to get an incinerator. We are going to literally start burning trash as we make it. Because if not, it just stacks up and that's not good. So we can look into the editing, we can build more garbage trucks, which are kind of expensive. We can build another, just dump, okay? Which is free, but it's only a very temporary solution. And then we have what I'm talking about, the incinerator, which is kind of expensive, but it pays off just because you turn ground pollution into air pollution. The issue is you can't bulldoze a dump zone, because if you do, then like it's self-contained, it doesn't pollute as things are added to it, but all it does is pile up. If you bulldoze it, it instantly becomes ground pollution, which is why it's okay to not worry about the water table, but you have to worry about that if you're gonna bulldoze it, which I don't plan to. So somebody's unhappy over here. Now, why? What makes us unhappy? We could use some freight shipments. So they're talking about how there's too much commercial and they would actually like more industry. So what we're going to do is we're going to de-zone this whole side here and we're going to rezone it as industry. And see, these places need workers. So now we're going to bulldoze every building over here on this side. That frees up a lot of space for new industries. What do y'all need? Yeah, see, there's a worker shortage, so nobody's being hired by the garbage dump. There's nobody to collect the trash, so we're still not collecting trash, which is kind of a bad thing. And then ground scrubbers. These things you have to research before you can build them. But they're pretty simple. They just remove ground pollution, really. So worker shortages affect even city infrastructure, which I kind of like because it's more realistic, you know. The city doesn't really pay that well. So now we can get public libraries, and we can also get grade schools. Now grade schools are kind of important because we don't want dumb people in our city. We want all the smart people to work here. So if we get it right here on the edge of these two, we're going to put it as close to the commercial as we can without bulldozing them, because then all these people have room to expand here. Yeah. So this lady's on about the land value. I'm pretty sure the whole game is just looking up. I don't know why. But they're closed. They're hiring people. When they come online, it's $400 an hour. It says there's 150 students in the world right now. So now that we've built a school, we can build bus stops, and it's right now, that's our coverage. Everybody within walking distance goes to school. So if we plop these bus stops, then it increases our coverage and makes it a bit stronger. It makes a lot of people happy. They're kind of cheap. They have $10 an hour, which is not bad. That's really cheap, actually. So now, all of our residential area has coverage. And that makes them happy because now their kids get to go to school. And it's only 4 bus stops, so it's still very manageable. You know, we have, 2 buses, I think? I'm not sure. We have 1 bus station, but it's only got 4 stops. And we'll put the ever-important sign up front with a flag to show everybody it's a grade school. We can add more classrooms if we need it. We can afford it, so we're going to go ahead and get a second bus bay. Now there's 2 buses and 4 stops. That shouldn't be hard at all. So then tomorrow, everyone's enrolling today, and tomorrow we'll actually have a bunch of students going to school and getting smart. We still have a massive worker shortage because, you know, I'm great at city planning. You see, he's saying he's buying his money to buy a bigger house. He's getting, you see, his land value increased, so he got an even bigger house. And you see, it tells you that they're educated now. I guess just living next to the school makes you smarter or something, but who knows. No, you never get a weekend. You must work your whole life away. So now we have a little bit of commerce here, and, you know, our factories just churn away 24 hours a day. Creamy filling co. Nice. And then we have all of this residential, and they're pretty happy. And then as we're... some places just don't have enough workers. We're trying to grow that by increasing density, which is just a slow process. We'll eventually get enough workers. And you can see, like, the red buttons, because we have a huge demand for residential. If we go into trash, what do they need? It's a dirty job, but anyone needs to do it. Zone residential to attract more workers or connect mass transit to neighboring cities. So our garbage still isn't up and running because we still don't have enough workers. I could have sworn health or police or something was blinking a minute ago, but evidently it's not that big of a deal. So, let's see here. Ouch, I'm injured. Somebody call me an ambulance. Well, we don't have any ambulances, so you have fun with being injured. Sorry, dude. Your loss. So I'm thinking we're gonna zone some more residential areas. So we can't build through. Okay. Still can't build through placed buildings. Damn close though. So we'll build there, and we'll bring another road, and we'll put it all the way through so it connects up, and then straight across. Can't do that. Okay, so then we're going to bulldoze the pump station, and we are at that's power. I need water. We're gonna go ahead and build a road quickly that goes across here, just like that. And now I want the water pumping station to be rebuilt. We get 169 gallons there. And so that's our water restored. And I'm pretty sure there's some water reserves over here. So we'll go ahead and place that right there in that old pocket there. And we're doubling our water amount, so that'll keep us good for a while. I think the hydro pumping stations also filter water, I think. There's something you can get that filters water, so then it doesn't matter if it's polluted or not. But until we get that, we need nice, non-polluted water. Because, again, people don't want to drink shit. Right, so then we'll zone all of these buildings up. We'll build straight across here, maybe. Fucking hell. There. We'll go ahead and bulldoze that. Not that. And then we'll rebuild the tiny piece of land I just destroyed there, but didn't mean to. We'll go ahead and make sure it's all zoned up nice and good. And now we've got a little bit more residential. We still have a massive worker shortage because it shows you all of the issues brought up. Whoa, did y'all see that? That was a plane. Alright, and as those people are making homes and building, I reckon we'll call it there for the day. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Y'all have a good night.